The call log didn't make sense. Not in the obvious way, not like a wrong number or a missed call you don't remember. This was worse. Liam stared at his phone, sitting alone in his car in the parking lot outside his apartment building, engine off, keys still in the ignition. The screen glowed faintly in the dark. Outgoing call. Duration 18 minutes. Time 1:43 a.m. He didn't make calls at 1:43 a.m. He never did. The number wasn't saved, just digits, no name, no country code, nothing familiar. Liam scrolled down. There were 3 more calls to the same number, all outgoing, all between 1:40 and 2:15 a.m., all long. He checked the date. Last night. His stomach tightened. He was home last night. He remembered that clearly. He'd cooked pasta, watched half an episode of something he didn't finish, went to bed early because he'd felt exhausted for no reason. He didn't remember making any calls. Liam locked the phone, then unlocked it again, like the screen might change its mind. It didn't. He sat there for a long moment, listening to the distant city sounds, trying to decide whether this was anxiety or something real. Finally, he tapped the number. The phone rang. Once, twice. Then someone answered. "Liam," a voice said. Not a question, not surprised, like they'd been waiting. Liam's grip tightened on the phone. "Who is this?" A pause. Breathing. Soft, controlled. "You don't remember," the voice said. "That's not great." Liam's pulse spiked. "How do you know my name?" Another pause. "You told me," the voice said. "Last night. More than once." Liam swallowed. "I didn't call anyone last night." Silence. Then a quiet, almost careful response. "You did." Liam felt a chill creep up his arms. "No, I was asleep." The voice didn't argue. It didn't laugh. It just said, "You fell asleep after." "After what?" "After you said what you'd been avoiding for years." Liam leaned back against the seat, heart pounding. "This isn't funny." "I know," the voice said. "That's why I didn't hang up." Liam stared at the dashboard. "If you're trying to scam me, you're doing a terrible job." The voice exhaled softly. "Check your messages." Liam frowned. "What messages?" "Drafts," the voice said. Liam hesitated, then pulled the phone away from his ear and opened his messages app. He tapped the drafts folder. There was one draft, timestamped 1:58 a.m. He hadn't opened his drafts in years. The text inside was short. "I'm scared that if I say it out loud, it becomes real." Liam's mouth went dry. The voice spoke again, quieter now. "You kept repeating that." Liam's throat tightened. "Repeating what?" "That sentence," the voice said, "like you were trying to convince yourself." Liam whispered, "I didn't write that." "You did," the voice replied. "You just don't remember pressing the keys." Liam shook his head, though no one could see him. People don't just forget 18-minute phone calls. They do when they don't want to remember what they said. Liam swallowed hard. "What did I say?" A pause, longer this time. "You asked me if it was possible to ruin your life just by telling the truth." Liam felt a pressure in his chest. "And what did you say?" "I said yes, but that not telling it does damage too, just quieter." Liam closed his eyes. He had no memory of this, but something about the words felt familiar, too familiar. "Why are you calling me back?" Liam asked. Another pause. "Because you asked me to. You said if I forgot, I should remind you." Liam opened his eyes. "Remind me of what?" The voice answered gently. "Of the thing you're pretending isn't already eating you alive." Liam laughed once, sharp and humorless. "You don't know anything about me. I know you rehearse conversations in your head instead of having them. I know you leave messages unsent. I know you say it's not the right time when you really mean I'm afraid." Liam's grip tightened on the phone. "You don't sleep through the night," the voice continued. "You wake up around 2. You scroll. You avoid the one name you want to tap." Liam's heart hammered. "Stop." "You asked me to stop you," That's the problem. Liam swallowed. What's your name? A brief hesitation. You didn't ask that last night. That doesn't answer the question. No, the voice agreed, but it matters. Liam leaned forward, elbows on his knees. Then tell me. Another pause. My name is irrelevant, the voice said. I'm not the point. Then what is? The call, the voice replied. The one you're avoiding. Liam's chest tightened. I don't know what you're talking about. You do, said the voice softly. You just don't want to hear it from yourself. Liam stared out through the windshield at the darkened building. Most of the windows were lit. Other people living their lives. Other people sleeping without this weight in their chest. What did I tell you last night? Liam asked quietly. The voice hesitated. You told me, it said, that you're in love with someone you're not supposed to be. Liam's breath caught. And you said, the voice continued, that pretending otherwise is starting to feel like lying to yourself. Liam's hands began to shake. That's not, he started. You didn't deny it then, the voice said. You just kept asking if silence could count as kindness. Liam squeezed his eyes shut. Does it? He asked. No, the voice replied. It just delays the damage. Liam exhaled slowly. Why would I call a stranger about this? You didn't call a stranger, the voice said. You found me because I don't know anyone involved. You said you needed someone who couldn't be hurt by the truth. Liam opened his eyes. So you're, what, a therapist? A faint, humorless laugh. No. Then who? A witness, the voice said. Liam swallowed. That's worse. I know. That's why you kept apologizing. For what? For not being brave enough to finish the conversation. You fell asleep mid-sentence. Liam's stomach dropped. What sentence? The voice took a breath. You said, if I don't tell her now, I never will. Liam's pulse spiked. Her. Liam stared at the dashboard, jaw clenched. You woke up, the voice continued, and you erased it. The call, the memory, almost everything. But your phone kept the evidence. Liam whispered, This is insane. Maybe, the voice said, but your heart rate says you believe me. Liam laughed weakly. You can't hear my heart rate. No, the voice agreed, but I can hear the pause before you breathe. Liam got quiet. Cars passed occasionally on the street behind him, headlights flashing briefly through the side mirror. What do you want? Liam asked finally. The voice replied without hesitation. I want you to do what you asked me to help you do. And that is? Make the call you're afraid of. Liam's throat tightened. I can't. You said that last night too, the voice replied, right before you dialed my number again. Liam shook his head. You don't understand the situation. I understand enough, the voice said. You're not afraid of rejection. You're afraid of confirmation. Liam swallowed hard. You're afraid that once it's said, you'll have to live in a different version of your life. Liam's eyes burned. And what if that version is worse? Then at least it's honest, the voice softened. Silence stretched between them. Liam glanced at his phone screen again. The call timer ticked upward. How long are we talking right now? He asked. The voice paused. 17 minutes. Liam's chest tightened. So this is happening again. Yes, the voice said. The difference is you're awake. Liam swallowed. If I hang up, you'll forget parts of this, the voice said. Not all of it, just enough to keep you stuck. Liam's fingers trembled. And if I don't? Then you'll remember, the voice replied. And remembering is uncomfortable. Liam laughed weakly. You're very calm about all this. The voice answered quietly. Because I don't have to live with the consequences. Liam closed his eyes. Her face came to mind. The way she smiled without realizing it. The conversations that almost crossed the line. The moments he'd edited in his head until they felt safe. Liam opened his eyes. What happens after I make the call? He asked. A brief hesitation. That part wasn't in last night's conversation. Liam nodded slowly. Figures. He pulled his phone slightly away from his ear, thumb hovering over the end call button. Are you still there? The voice asked. Yes, Liam said. I'm thinking.
Good, the voice replied. You didn't do much of that last night. Liam exhaled long and slow. What if I ruin everything? He asked. The voice answered softly. You already are, just slowly enough that it feels survivable. Liam's thumb hovered. He thought of the draft message, of the calls he didn't remember making, of the way his chest felt lighter and heavier at the same time right now. Stay on the line, he said quietly. I will, the voice replied. Liam ended the call. The silence in the car felt louder than before. He didn't give himself time to rethink it. He opened his contacts, found her name. His finger hovered. Then he pressed call. It rang. Once, twice. Then someone answered. Liam, said a voice, surprised. Is everything okay?